What's up, everybody? It's Andrew here again with Draft Thunder, and I'm here to break down the Saturday NFL Preseason Week 1 slate. So, this is a 3 game slate, as we can see from the 3 games that are on DraftKings. And really, this should also be another good slate. I know yesterday some of you guys won. There were some plays that missed. I know we missed on playing James Washington, but then a lot of other good plays hit. So, really, I would say yesterday was a good, profitable day. Not as much as the other games, but I think we have a good grasp on this slate too, and really should have a good angle on it. So I'm just going to jump right in and make it a quick video because I want to get it out there. I know it's starting to get late in the day. I know you all want to see some plays because preseason can be hard, and we do the research to get you through it. So, jump right into it. Quarterbacks. You can look at who has like the most options. As you can see, most teams will have 4 quarterbacks, but the ones who don't are the Raiders. One thing about the Raiders is John Gruden came out and said you will not see a lot of the starters. One of the starters would probably be Derek Carr, if I could assume. He's apparently been very tight-lipped about who's going to be playing in this game, but Derek Carr would be one of the ones who I would think he would try and keep out as much as possible. The problem is they also, I think, are going to move on from Derek Carr pretty soon. So, this could go either way. But, if anything, the most he'll do is play one drive. I can almost guarantee that. I don't think he would ever get through a quarter. That leaves Mike Glennon and Nathan Peterman, who are competing for the backup quarterback job. And I think that Mike Glennon has the edge here. Glennon has been shown in the past to have pretty successful opportunities when he comes in. His touchdown to interception rate is like 30 something to 20 something, I think. So that's pretty good compared to Nathan Peterman's, who's I could just assume is awful. But Nathan Peterman does have a lot, I think, more starts under his belt. So I will be going with both of these guys in some lineups. I'm not sure which one's gonna outdo the other. I think it's gonna be a lot like yesterday with the Saints, how we had Teddy and Taysom. This will be Glennon and Peterman. A lot worse options compared to those two. But the problem is I don't see any other situations that I like at quarterback. San Francisco's a little bit of a mess. I don't think Jimmy's playing, but still. Dallas, this is tough. Cooper Rush has a little bit of an edge, but I think they like him too much. Too many guys here. The one other play that I'm going to be mixing into lineups is going to be Pat Mahomes. And that's because Andy Reid came out and said every single one of these quarterbacks, so Mahomes, Henne, Litton, and Shermer, are all going to get a quarter. Compared to all of these guys, if I'm getting a quarter out of Pat Mahomes, he will probably outscore almost all besides one or two of the other quarterbacks. So I think he is actually, this is kind of crazy, but I think even though he's only playing one quarter, I think he's actually the safest option on this slate. I would say him and Glennon. The problem is his upside isn't huge because he won't be playing that much. I think after one touchdown, he'll be coming out of this game. But that touchdown drive is probably going to get you like 8 points, 8 to 10 points. So he's got a lot of potential for having a pretty safe day for you. So I really like them there. And also, just those are the 3 quarterbacks I'm going to be sticking with. I don't really trust anyone else. I don't trust anybody on Cincinnati either. Jeff Driscoll's okay, but so we're going to move around to running backs. There is about 4 that I have to mix in and out of lineups. So the first one is, I'm not going to explain them too much because just know the research is there. All of the problem is, like I said, the beat writers are the ones who talk about these guys and say how well they're doing in camp and stuff like that and how much playing time they're going to get. So, the guy for Kansas City is going to be Darwin Thompson, my bad. He's just one of the guys who's going to be running for the backup duty behind Damian Williams. Carlos Hyde has kind of shown what he has places. And also Darrell Williams he was able to show what he had last year. So, Thompson's the guy who I expect to be playing most of this game and the most athletic guy on their team to be making the plays. Moving on to the Cowboys, there's Tony Pollard. So, this whole Ezekiel Elliott controversy is definitely upsetting the Cowboys. The next guy up would be actually is Alfred Morris, but Pollard is a guy who they want to be the 3-down back if Zeke can't play. So what they're going to do this first preseason game, they're going to be like, all right, Zeke, you're going to hold out on this contract. We're going to put in Pollard, and if he goes off, that's going to stir up some controversy, and I think the Cowboys want that because they want Zeke to come back as soon as possible and be able to negotiate. Right now, it's kind of tough to negotiate when he was their whole team, but if Pollard shows well, which they're going to try and do, and I think they're going to play him a pretty decent amount in this game, give him a lot of opportunities, it could mean bad things for Zeke. So I really like Pollard. Going on to the 49ers, somebody who played a little bit last year is Mostert. And with Jeff Wilson Jr. out, Jerick McKinnon out, Tevin Coleman being the starting guy, Matt Breida showing what he has, Kyle Juszczyk, sorry, we used to have him on the Ravens. I don't know why I couldn't get that out. Being a fullback, I don't know who Austin Walter is. He'll probably be the last guy to come in. I expect to see a lot of Mostert, I guess, Mostert. I think it's Mostert in this game, and I really think that he will get a lot of opportunities. So he's just another guy who's a volume play, who's got a lot of talent. He's got a lot of experience under his belt. He's got a lot of speed, too. He is very fast. Expect good things out of him. And the last guy this is also a volume type scenario, but is him right there, Trayvon Williams. So Mixon is starting, obviously. Gio's not going to play either. So that leaves him, Rodney Anderson, who's not playing, Flowers, and Jordan Ellis. Williams is the standout guy in camp, who's the athletic guy who they are seeing the most of. I expect him to get the most run in this game and just have the most potential to score. That's basically it, the same type of thing with the camp, and just having good news about him. Moving on to receivers, we are going to do, starting out with Kansas City, and I believe we have two guys from here. Yeah. So the first guy I'm hearing so much about is McCall Hardman. I think this was a rookie. I think he was a second-round pick. Do not quote me on that. But also the same thing, very athletic coming out of camp, making plays. He's going to be a guy who I expect to see a lot of targets starting out, along with Marcus Kemp, who I think will also be great, but he'll go a little deeper into the game because I think Hardman, they really expect to be a starter. Kemp's their guy on the back of the roster. So those two guys for Kansas City. Oakland has a guy with the most hype that I've seen out of all of the articles that I've read, and that is Hunter Renfrow. Hunter, right? Yeah. Hunter Renfrow, he's apparently this guy who's making crazy plays at camp every single day, and a guy who they want to see a lot of because they want to see those young guys, not the starters. And that means Tyrell Williams, no. Ryan Grant, no. J.J. Nelson, no. Renfrow is going to be the guy. Marcel Aiden already proved himself last season. So I expect to see a lot of good things out of Renfrow, and if not, that is all the beat writer's fault, not mine. But really good things out of him, I think. Moving on to the Cowboys. Who is it that we have? I think, it's Jonvea Johnson. So we can go ahead and click him and look at him. But basically the same thing. He's just very athletic out of camp. He's seeing some reps of the first team offense, so that shows a lot out of him. They're going to want to see what he can do with that first team and then going into the second team. Hopefully he'll be the one making plays. Amari Cooper won't be in this game. Michael Gallup, I know, is known to make plays. And same with, I don't feel like Randall Cobb's going to play that much. Tavon Austin, no. Noah Brown's out. So I see him getting a lot of run in this game also, at least the first half. And if he's this great guy like they're saying he is, I feel like we'll get some good points out of him. Moving on to the last team that I'm going to talk about receivers for, which is 49ers. And the two guys are Deebo Samuel and Trent Taylor. So Deebo Samuel is a rookie. Was he the second round? I don't know. But basically, yeah, as you can see, he had an injury coming out of OTAs, but he had a healthy camp. And he is also just a beast, making a bunch of plays. And there's going to be a big wide receiver controversy, apparently even with Marquise Goodwin, who I would love to play in this game. But he's hurt, and I expect to see him more around the second and third preseason game doing more stuff. But yeah, Trent Taylor is the other guy, more of an established player. He played a lot last year, about the third or fourth receiver option. But he's just another guy who can make plays. He's very consistent. So I expect him to kind of be like a Watson yesterday, get those at least 4 or 5 points, and that possibility of getting a touchdown, maybe 10 or 11. So I like him as a play in some lineups. I will be mixing and matching around all of those wide receivers throughout. Now, tight ends, another little bit of a mess with tight ends, because they're just so dang hard to predict in the preseason. But as you can see, a lot of the teams, they all have like so many options on them. Oakland be one team maybe to try and zone in on if you can see, because there's not as many options there. I know Waller's not playing. This guy's not playing. This guy just had a injury, so maybe Luke Wilson, Carrier, or Foster Moreau. Probably Foster Moreau, if I could guess, who would be the guy there. So he might be a good play if you look into it. But really, tight ends are hard. If we're getting that first quarter out of starters for Kansas City, though, I love Travis Kelce as a pretty safe play. This, if he's playing, please stay updated with that. I'll let you know on Twitter what I think closer to lock. But I think if the starters start, then either him or Tyreek are going to get a touchdown the first drive. That's basically what I see happening here. This is probably news about his return to practice. He just returned to practice. I'm not sure if Tyreek is definitely going to play. I will be going Travis Kelce as long as he's playing as much as Mahomes is playing. Besides him, though, another guy who's getting a lot of hype from Andy Reid, which is always a good sign if it's coming right from the coach, is John Levitt. So he's that guy right there. He is going to be the tight end who they want to see step up. The only problem that I see is, like, I don't know if he'll get a lot of volume if he's more of a block tight end or catching tight end, because he could be hyping him up as a blocking tight end, making good plays there. I'm not exactly sure. So those are 3 tight ends to consider, but if you get any more insight on tight ends, please let me know if you are a fan of one of these teams, because yesterday I know somebody that won a lot of money was a Bucks fan, and he played Hudson, and Hudson went off, and his lineups cashed for a bunch of money. So I would love to see that happen again, because I know all the other plays are so great. Those 10 plays, at least Kelce, I think is pretty safe. But yeah, please let me know. Defenses can, once again, I'm going to be going against quarterbacks. I might be going with Kansas City here, or I might be playing this Rams-Oakland game, which could be either of those guys. So since I'll be doing the quarterbacks for Oakland, I'll probably be doing Oakland's defense, because I don't want to be going against my quarterbacks. And one thing I've noticed about the Rams, in their first preseason game, they're always terrible. It's always very short-lived. They don't play their stars at all, if I remember. And their backups aren't really all that. I don't see Bortles even playing that much. They are very conservative when it comes to the preseason. And I think that provides a good opportunity for Oakland. They also aren't playing too many starters. So I think that this will be a messy game, kind of like the Hall of Fame game. And we should see a lot of defensive plays here. So those would be the 2 defense, or I would more do Oakland, but you could do the Rams too. Those would be the 2, and then Kansas City. Those would be the 3 defenses that I'll probably hone in on. So I hope that is everything that you guys need to take down GPP today. And maybe some cash games if you're trying to build that bankroll. But please like, comment, subscribe. DM us on Twitter if you have anything to say, any comments. Show us our lives afterwards. We'd love to see that positive review, see that we're helping you. And I will be here next week talking with Ben. It's just, again, scheduling conflicts have been a problem. But these are both of our plays coming from another guy who's helping us out, who's part of our team, Justin. We will be seeing him in the near future. And I hope that we can have some good wins today. So good luck, everybody, and we will see you soon.